is going on, guys? Ride or Drive back with another one. Today's project is we're going to remove these LED lights that came on my Freewheeler. These were installed already when I bought the bike, so we're going to take these off and we're going to install these bad boys here. This is the Pro Beam by Custom Dynamics. These are supposed to be really bright. I got them from the dealership. Now this bike, like I said, they already came with the LEDs. These, however, were not the best quality. Actually, some of the LEDs were not coming on. It's supposed to have like a halo to it, but some of the LEDs were going bad. So we're going to take these bad boys out. It's really simple. There is a little space in here in the bottom where you can stick a screwdriver, and you just basically kind of like pry it up and this will pop out. So I'm going to get one of these installed. I'm not going from the stock, so I can't compare stock to the LEDs once I get this installed, but at least you'll see how bright this actually is. So like I said, pretty simple install. This let me show you on the new ones. That's all that's you use to connect, and I got these from my local dealership, but you can order these online. If you do, you got to be careful on which ones you order, because there's 1157 and 1156. I believe the 1156 is for Euro type. Let's see here. What is this? Okay. Is it one? Yeah, 1157. Okay, so 1157 is for the US models, which we have here. And the international Harley Davidsons are going to use 1156. So if you order these online, they have both options available. Like I said, just make sure that you do order the right one so you're not stuck with the wrong type of bulb. So I'm going to go upstairs, get my keys, because these will not turn on without the key. I got to put the key into the on position, and we'll get these installed. Should be really easy to install. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you how they look just turned on. And like I said, I don't even know what brand these are. Not until I take these off, maybe I can see something that has the brand name. So these are really easy to get off. Again, I could feel there's a little space where my nail is. I wish I could show it to you. I might even see if you could see it. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a space right there that you can stick a screwdriver, a flathead, and just pry it forward, and this should pop out. It should. Hopefully I don't have any issues with this coming out. Let's get these installed. Before I do that, I'm going to go get my keys so you can see how these LEDs are not the best. All right, guys, so these are the ones that were on the bike. They are pretty bright, but Custom Dynamics is the one I'm going to install. If you can see here, it's kind of hard to tell. You can see that the LEDs did burn out on this part here. So we're going to get these installed. The other thing about the Custom Dynamics is they have the halo feature, and this is how they operate when the turn signal's on. So I'm going to get these installed. Another thing about Custom Dynamics Pro Beam LEDs is they do have a lifetime warranty, so that's going to be cool if I have any issues with this. Let me go ahead and get these installed on one side. I'm going to install it probably on this side, and you can see how bright they are. Okay, so I removed this LED that was on there. However, I really can't tell what brand this is. Maybe it could be a cheap little Amazon, but you can see the little groove there that you stick the screwdriver in. And also, to make it easy to remove this, it does have like a little flathead area where you can stick the screwdriver and turn it. Otherwise, it's hard to get your finger in there. But I'm going to go ahead and get the one out of these out of the box, install them, and we'll see the difference. But once again, really don't know who makes these. I don't see anything on there as far as a name brand. These might be just cheap Amazon lights. As you can see, this is what holds it in. These little grooves is what it makes it when you pop it in. And it's also adjustable, because this will spin. So these, I don't know why one side would be higher than the other. But anyhow, let's get the Pro LEDs on and check it out. So the Pro Beam does come with the actual, with the lens on it. I didn't know it was 2 pieces, and it's a little, it looks like it's kind of smoked in a way, which I wasn't expecting it to be like a smoke, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna put these on and see how they work. Again, there's 2 indentations there. As you can see, I do have the right one. So there's a higher and a lower. And if you look at this, you can see this part is probably going to be the higher one. And you put it in there and then you twist and it should work. So I'm going to put this in right now. Excuse the camera all over the place. I'm going to put this right now and you can see the difference. The LEDs all the way around, the LEDs for the amber. And it looks like to be higher quality. I do like the chrome. It's going to match on my bike. But let me get this installed and I'll continue the video. Alright guys, got one installed. Kind of hard to tell but on the camera, but you can see the halo. Much brighter than these here. One thing is you got to remember when you take the original bulb out, which the bulb should look kind of like this. Remember the orientation of the way this went. So I believe just looking at it, it went this way in. So the top, the bottom, most bottomest part went at the bottom. And then you twist it to lock it in. There it is. And there's a turn signal function. Pretty cool. Alright, let's get the other one installed. Moves, rock and roll. The one that was in there, and as you can see, the bottom part, I was wrong actually in the other part of the video. The most bottom goes on the top, and then this one here goes on the bottom. You can see the groove, and then the groove to turn it. That's where it's gonna go. This is pretty dirty, I should have wiped this down, but it doesn't matter because it's the LED covering the whole thing. Alright, let's get the other one installed. Alright guys, install is complete. These are much brighter than the other ones I had on, and they do have a halo effect. It's kind of hard to see on camera. But that ring around is what lights up, that's what you see. And then when you put the turn signal, the amber ones are the ones that are going to flash. So, yeah, it's very bright. Exactly what I was looking for. There's the function. Back to the running light. There's the turn signal. One thing I will say is, if you put these in the wrong way, like the orientation of the connector, if you put it like upside down, it is not going to work the way it should. So if it's not working, that's where you need to check and see. This one here, I did have a little bit of a problem with sticking it in. The top of the light is made out of cheap plastic, so when you turn it with the screwdriver, it starts to expand it and it kind of messes it up. I could already feel that there's the gasket didn't quite seat on this one, so I might have to take this one off. This one is perfectly installed, so I'm going to have to take this one off and install it correctly, because I could feel the gasket kind of sticking out a little bit. It's actually fine. I don't need to do all that, but I could feel it a little bit. So if you want it perfect, you're going to have to take it off. But I think by doing this, it's kind of sticking it in that little groove. So I'm going to clean the lenses. They got my fingerprints on them. But yeah, it looks like the gasket is sticking out just a tad bit on the bottom. And I might have to remove them, or it's actually working by sticking my fingernail in there to get the gasket properly seated, but it's fine. Yeah, that is super bright. Exactly what I was looking for. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the road. Ride or drive out.